What's up, guys? So I want to show you another incredible mystery in the Bible. You have to watch my prior videos on the revelations of the numbers that I'm giving right now. But for those of you who have, you're going to see something amazing. You're going to see something really amazing. So the number that I've given a lot of videos on is the number 3773. And when you take 37 plus 73, you get 110. Now, the number 110 in the Strong's Concordance Greek means immortality. This is very interesting. Immortality. Now, that's interesting already because 37 and 73 are the numerical values for the word wisdom. And God created everything through his wisdom and understanding. So in Hebrew, in ordinal gematria, wisdom equals 37. And in standard gematria, it equals 73. And I've given why that number is amazing for these times that we're in the Bible. Now, if you add it together, you get 110, which is immortality. 110, if you want to do a Google on 110 and its significance with the Bible, it's all throughout the Bible and it plays a major role. I can't go through all that right now because it'd be too long. It's a very significant number. But in the Greek, it's immortality. Okay? So we have this number 110. Well, the amazing thing is, if you've been watching my videos on the number 45, I can't go through all of it. But, you know, the simple thing is 20 plus 25 is 45. 45 times 45 is 2025. And there are other revelations on the number 45, like Psalms chapter 45 is about the king marrying his bride, right? And the 45th day of 2025 is Valentine's Day. So I'm not saying the rapture's on that day, but I'm just saying it's a clue, right? So I've gone through a lot of revelations about this. Romans chapter 5 verse 9 and 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 9 talk about we're not appointed to wrath, and 5 times 9 is 45. And then 5 times 5 is 25, and 9 times 9 is 81, and 25 times 81 is 45. I meant to say 25 times 81 is 2025. I'm running through it quick, but there's just too much. I don't want to go over all of it. I kind of went over a lot of it right now. So we get the idea of the number 45, right? How special it is and how it's about 2025, right? With all the things I just said. So they're in my prior videos. But the number 110 from 37 plus 73, watch this. Now it means immortality, right? So the amazing thing is, if this number 110, which is 37 plus 73, could be connected to 45 somehow. Could we make this amazing connection with immortality, right? Number 110 in the Greek, which is 37 plus 73. Is it possible? Well, it's amazing. In the book of Genesis, the 110th verse, count on yourself. Get a King James Bible and count yourself. The 110th verse, which is immortality, is in Genesis chapter 4, verse 5. That's crazy. That's amazing. Think about it, right? All the revelation I've given you guys on the number 45 and what it is, how it's all about 2025. And now the 110th verse, which is 37 plus 73, which means immortality in the Greek. The 110th verse is chapter 4, verse 5. 45. These are the hidden things of God. These are the mysteries for the time of right now. People didn't know these things when Genesis was written. Maybe Paul was revealed some of this, I'm not sure. Because in his writings it says that he understood all mysteries. But these mysteries that I'm showing you right now is the hidden wisdom of God. Proverbs 25:2 says, "It is the glory of God to conceal a thing, It is the honor of kings to search out a matter. And Paul talks about the hidden wisdom of God, right? All throughout the Bible, we understand that God keeps secrets for a certain time, for certain people. So these things are, I'm glad that I am where I am because I feel blessed. This is amazing to me. These things are amazing to me. I hope they're as amazing as they are to me as they are to you. Okay, now, one thing is that a commenter pointed out that 110 was immortality, which I looked that up months ago. I knew that, but there's so much information over the time that I forgot it. But I'd still like to thank the commenter for pointing that out. You guys in the comment section, some of your comments, man, you guys are blowing my mind. You guys are coming up with more revelation on the numbers. And that's great, That's how the body of Christ is truly supposed to be. This is thank God for the internet. This is exactly how the body of Christ is actually supposed to work. Like a body, right? We're all parts of this body, like a living organism that we all can build off of each other and keep everything flowing. That's not what the churches do. And I even call it churches. It's not. We know that the church is not a temple made with human hands. Acts 7:48. We know that we are the temple of God. We are the body of Christ. All working together, right, to do this. So this is actually how it's supposed to work. When you go to the buildings, is that how it works? Is everybody giving their revelations and their understandings and putting it all together and, seeing what sticks and what doesn't, finding out these things with the Bibles that we have? No, that's not how they work. There might be a few guys that say a few things in the building, and then the preacher or whatever you want to call him stands up there and tells you what it is, and that's it. That is not how the Spirit works. It's not. And when you try to go to these guys, like I have many times, and try to talk to them, they ain't even having it, man. They don't care what you have to say, man. They're in trouble, man. They're in trouble because that's not how the body of Christ works. We're all supposed to be equal. And actually, the teachers are supposed to be the servants, right? So we're supposed to work as a living organism, the Spirit, and that's how it's done, the body of Christ, right? So anyways, thank you guys for the comments. Secondly, another thing that I want to let you guys know that disappointed me today. There's a teacher that, I like his style of preaching. He's powerful in his preaching. In other words, his presentation of what he's preaching. I don't agree with everything that he teaches. He's watched some of my videos and taken some stuff, which is great. That's what it's all for. But today he's contradicting himself. He's not teaching correctly. His name is Dr. Robert Mawiri. Okay, Dr. Robert Mawiri, and he has a channel here online. And he doesn't rightly divide the Bible. Okay, and when you don't rightly divide the Bible, you'll get mud. Okay, and what mud is you mash everything together and try to make it work, and it doesn't work. Okay, and so you get mud. And what mud is mixed up doctrine. And doctrine means teaching. Okay? So you get mud, you get mixed up doctrine. So this person, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but he kind of did disrespect me in his video. And I know he saw my videos because he watches them. He said, anybody who says, well, let me just start. He says, anybody who says the rapture is in 2025 is a false prophet. Now, he's contradicting his own self. Because Robert Mawiri believes that the end is 2029, 2030, just like I teach. But yet, and he also believes that we're the man-child. So if you believe that the end is 2029, 2030, and that we are the man-child, then you have to believe that we get caught up 42 months prior to the end, which is 2025. Okay? And maybe possibly, I don't believe it's 26. I have shown so much evidence that it's 25 because the end is 29. But he's teaching that we're the man-child who in the Bible clearly says are the overcomers that get caught up 42 months prior to the end. Okay? But yet he's saying we're supposed to go to the end. That is what you do when you don't rightly divide the Bible. And you get mud. You get mixed up doctrine. So you all understand what I'm saying? He's saying he's in agreement that the end is 2029, 2030. He's in agreement that we're the man-child in Revelation chapter 12. But yet he's telling people that we have to go all the way to the end on earth. You can't do that because the man-child is caught up in Revelation 12 42 months prior to the end. So either you have to say we're not the man-child or it won't work. But he doesn't believe that. He knows that the overcomers are the man-child. So again, very disappointing on that. And, here's the thing. If somebody disagrees with me on eschatology, which eschatology, now I know I got mine down pat, but if eschatology is the study of last days, the order of events and how everything is going to happen. That's basically what eschatology is. And, being where I am today in the spirit, I would like to think I'm kind of mature, kind of. At times I cannot be, but when somebody disagrees with me about an eschatological view, I don't call them names. Not over that. Now, I try not to call people names over anything, but sometimes I do. But over an eschatology difference, no, I don't call anybody. If you think the rapture is at the end, I strongly disagree with you, and I've proven so much for this year. But I'm not going to call you names. I'm not going to belittle you. That's eschatology. It's like, if it happens your way, then it happens your way. If it doesn't happen your way in eschatology, then it doesn't happen your way. But that's not like saying, well, I don't literally believe Jesus rose from the dead. That is a damnable heresy. That is something worth arguing over, or debating over, rather, right? But an eschatological view, it's not worth calling somebody a false prophet, calling somebody a name. And that's what he did. He said, if you believe that the rapture is in 2025, you're a false prophet. Yet, he believes we're the man-child who is supposed to be caught up 42 months before the end, which is 2025, and he thinks we go to the end. So he's all mixed up. So if somebody was a false prophet, well, it's not going to be me. I'm going according to the Bible. You see, but again, when we start calling each other false prophets over things like this, it's really not called for. It really isn't. You need to mature. If we're all in the same body working together, we shouldn't do that over that, right? Now, like if I was to come up here and say a damnable heresy, like Christ didn't literally rise from the dead, or he didn't literally come, it's just allegory, or, whatever, then that's worth debating over. Or saying that, just a really bad damnable heresy. But still, when you mature, you figure out well, I'm not going to call them names over that, But something that does get to me is when people are hard on other people. Then you might see me get a little immature, because it's like everybody has the right to their own view to an extent, especially on the study of last days, okay? Now, if you've been following me, I've shown you things, mysteries, like unbelievable, just like I showed you, right? The 110th verse, which is 37 plus 73, which means immortality. The 110th verse in Genesis, chapter 4, verse 5, 45, and all the things I showed you on 45, those are the things that I love. And that is how God will reveal deeper understandings of things through cryptic, mysterious, hidden ways like that. And God tells us. Amos 3:7, God will do nothing until he reveals his secrets to his servants, the prophets. Proverbs 25:2, it is the glory of God to conceal a thing. It is the honor of kings to search out a matter. So you have a lot of Christians, stuck in the buildings, a lot of Christians even online that don't believe, that they don't know what time it is. They have no idea what time it actually is. So they're just going about their life like, okay, I believe in God, but I have to go about my life. No. You don't understand. We are at the door. Christ is at the door. Christ is the door, and he is at the door, okay? The door of the ark, it's shut. When the rapture happens, it's shut. And the world is going to receive unbelievable things that you can't even imagine, okay? Things that we think are science fiction, right? You watch crazy science fiction movies. That's what's going to be happening. It's going to be such a strong delusion. Like, people are deluded right now. But what's actually going to happen after the rapture, it's something that God has to pull us out. Because it's going to be too mind-boggling. It's going to be crazy. Okay? Everything is going to be flipped upside down. Okay? So, again, I just wanted to point the few things out to you guys like that. And again, of course, my 3773. That is Genesis chapter 1. Should we go over that real quick? 3773, let's go over it. So, Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. The very first verse in the Bible, okay, in Hebrew equals 2701, okay? Which, if you add it to itself backwards, so 1072, you add it, it's 3773. And wisdom is 37 and 73 in ordinal gematria and standard gematria. And God created everything through his wisdom. Hence, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Okay? And then you take 37 and multiply it by 73. 37 multiplied by 73 is what? Takes you right back to 2701. So you have 3773 all over the first Bible, all over the first verse, talking about God created the heavens and the earth. And 3773 is his wisdom. Proverbs 3:19. I'm quoting these verses so you can look them up yourself. Proverbs 3:19, that God founded the earth and created the heavens through his wisdom and understanding. And that is 3773. And it's all about Genesis 1:1. Now the amazing thing, see, this is the revelation that you ain't going to get nowhere else unless they watch my videos, is that the last days, the last 3 Shemitahs, a Shemitah is a 7-year cycle. Every 7 years is a Shemitah year. So you have 2015, 2022, and 2029, the return of Jesus. Now, what is the amazing thing about the last 3 Shemitahs? Is that if you take 20 plus 15, which is 35, 20 plus 22, which is 42, and 20 plus 29, which is 49, and the formula is this: 35 plus 42 times 49, you get 3773. God declares the end from the beginning, right? What is the beginning? In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, 3773, all over that. And the end, the last 3 Shemitahs, 3773. And he creates a new heaven and a new earth. You see that? And remember, the geometric values for these things, like the word wisdom in ordinal and standard gematria, is the word wisdom in Hebrew. That is the geometric value, 37 and 73. And also Genesis chapter 1, the entire verse, of verse 1. That is the gematria value in the Hebrew language. Remember that. So you might look it up in the English and like, oh, this doesn't equal that. Remember, this is the Hebrew numerical values for these verses, which was the original language of the Old Testament. That's how, because I know exactly what time it is. Like, I'm not guessing. I know through hidden wisdom. I know through the secrets of God that I show you guys on a regular basis. That literally, nobody else knows. Except that they see my videos. Except that they talk to me. Okay? I know the truth through hidden wisdom. Through the secrets of God. It's iron proof. It's non-negotiable. So again, 2029, just like in the Terminator, that is when John Connor, which is a picture of Jesus Christ, get it, JC, and John means God is gracious. When John Connor fights with the resistance against AI, 2029. And that is a picture of when Joshua, which means Jesus, fights the other tribes at the place called AI. It's a picture. It's a foreshadow. Maybe you want to say a nuance. The Bible is way more amazing than all of this stuff. So I don't go around calling people false prophets on eschatological, can't say it, views, just because they have a different time at the end times than us. It's not time to do that, okay? We're supposed to be a body that works together, okay? And I'm sure that Dr. Robert Mawiri, I'm sure that he doesn't know everything. And he doesn't know everything that I know. And he doesn't see everything that I see. So we all have to have our own discernment, okay? That's what the number 144 equals. In the Strong's Concordance, the number 144 is discernment.